You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. The gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
I sleep in the room by myself. I don't think nothing of it. Next day, same thing. I said, damn, babe, you sleeping in there again? She like, yeah, I'm just staying with such and such, right? I said, all right, cool. Anybody in Bedford Hills, can you please step to the front? So now I'm like, damn, this shit weird. The hell? You feel me? So at this time, I try to be intimate. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I try to be intimate with her. And she came into bed with me. She hugged and kissed me, the whole thing. And at this time, I'm trying to be intimate with her. When it's time to go down, she slipped out of it. And I'm like, oh, okay. After she do that, she go back to sleep in the room with her old girl this particular night. I said, something is fishy here. I said, I ain't no rocket scientist, but this ain't add up. You feel me? So, I said, damn, something ain't right here.
So if there's one thing Remy Ma gon' do, it's throw shade with no warning. And baby, she just lit a fire under her own tea kettle. She came for Papoose, calling him a dusty tag-along who lived off her clout until he dipped out for a new dummy to play house with. But the more she tried to expose him, the more her own secrets started crawling out from under the rug. Now buckle up, cause word is Remy had a whole lady lover on the side, and now this ex-boo is out here running her mouth, telling everybody what really went down. Folks are whispering that Remy and old girl were sneaking around since the beginning of her marriage, and it would have stayed on the low if Papoose hadn't caught them mid-action. And Claressa Shields came skipping back to the drama, feeling real smug now that this juicy bombshell just backed up her long-standing beef with Remy. This whole Remy Ma and Papoose fairy tale crashed and burned quick. One minute, they were flaunting picture-perfect black love, and the next they acting like two strangers with shared custody. And of course, this mess popped off right after Claressa slid through the Breakfast Club and low-key spilled about her behind-the-scenes issues with Remy and Papoose. She swore it wasn't even that serious, but looking back, her beef with Remy might have been the wildest mess she's ever had outside of throwing punches in the ring.
I don't know what else to say. Like I don't have any ill will toward any women, and I don't have any ill will toward her. You know what
so
I'm
y'all
saying?
haven't spoke or no?
Nah, I mean she made her post and whatever, and that was about it. But like I said, women are women. They're very emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was just I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was emotions or I don't know what it was because I don't know her and she don't know me. Yeah. She don't know me either. You know what I'm saying? So
as soon as that interview hit the internet, Remy came swinging her at Papoose. And trust, sis had receipts and attitude.
Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included. You just don't. You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This shit right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
She went all the way in, calling him a crusty has-been who never paid a bill in his life, and blamed his flop-filled career for making him cold and petty. And sis didn't hold back. She claimed she ain't scared of Claressa one bit. In fact, she said it's just sad that a world-class fighter who hustled her way out the trenches had to get wrapped up with a 47-year-old man who's got no motion, multiple kids, baby mamas everywhere, and the only thing under his belt is what Remy handed him.
While they playing on my phone, if that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager? Got you out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out his ex house. Doesn't be there for his child. that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he want a son, right?
Baby, Remy had this sitting on her spirit for a minute, and that interview gave her the green light. According to her, while she was doing time, Papoose wasn't the ride-or-die king the public painted him to be. He was out here creeping with one of his baby mamas until the day Remy came home. She caught on by checking his phone, but tried to stick it out and make things work. Remy said she's been begging Pap to sign the divorce papers so they can finally end things, and he can come get his junk from her house and bounce. Now let me tell you, she dropped a line that had folks clutching pearls. Don't nobody fall in love quicker than someone with no address. Whoop, mic drop.
And of course, I gotta be the villain. She ain't shit. She this and I'm this. Show me a woman that had a man that was doing her right and she just shitted on him for no reason. This is facts. What are we talking about? I literally told my friend, they was like, yo, you think he ever gonna leave? I was like, when he finds a replacement, when he finds someone who we think he can have doing all the shit that I was doing, then he'll leave.
Remy definitely knows how to hit where it hurts. After her video made waves, Papoose jumped on IG Live and went off for nearly an hour. Like, when has he ever talked that much? He started unloading secrets about Remy, including a situation with one of her homegirls. Pap said Remy and her so-called friend were linking up at their house every single night. At first, he didn't think much of it, figured they were just catching up. But things took a wild turn the day he walked in and allegedly saw them in the middle of the action, with their daughter still on the bed.
So, on another day, I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it. Now, this individual is a female. So I can't do nothing to her. I don't put my hands on females. Y'all wanna know what I did? I told the individual, I said, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't put my hands on her because I'm not gonna do that. I don't hit women. But I told her to get out. I said, get the fuck out. Because I felt very disrespected that took place in my house.
Now that's just all kinds of messy, but they still tried to keep it together until Remy's lil situationship with EZ hit the streets. Even with all that going down, Papoose stayed mute while Remy had plenty of mouth once Claressa and Pap started stepping out in public together. And let's be real, this ain't the first time whispers about Remy liking women started flying. She denied it back in 2007 when a video of her supposed boo thang hit the net. And in 2021, the streets were buzzing again when word got out that a Remy and Erica Mena almost linked up for real during a steamy love and hip-hop plotline. So don't act like Pap pulled this out of thin air. He's got receipts.
She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pap behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhyme. I left it.
We wouldn't even know half this mess if Remy hadn't kicked up all this internet chaos herself. Papoose clapped back by playing recordings of Remy crying and begging him not to leave her.
While this was going on, she sent me a random text. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know I'm a bad wife. I still got all this sex. I still got all these texts. So I don't even know why she's doing this. Oh, I know I'm a bad wife. I'm so sorry. She's saying things like that. And I'm like, damn, this is not like her. So maybe this dude holding something on her. I'm going to play the recording right now. This is the lane saying that he's holding stuff over her head.
Yeah, man. So far, she's saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with that. But, you know, it's all right, though. Oh, that shit will be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of it. That shit gonna blow whatever I say is gonna go. I'm talking about where I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anyhow. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you didn't all these shit.
Oh, let me play this again. Oh, by the way, one of the reasons why she's so angry at me is because she says all of this is my fault. Y'all ready for this? Because I knocked him out. She said if I would have never knocked him out, she would have been stopped talking to him. She said the fact that I knocked him out, she had to keep talking to him because she didn't want him to expose things.
You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
You keep getting pregnant back to back to back, having oppressions back to back to back. You fought pregnant a couple of times. I was like,
what? In the official suspension order issued by the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission.
Oh, how it didn't, how our friendship didn't work out or how stuff happened, whatever. But to that person who's saying that I jumped them and attacked them, and even as far as them things like rape and molestation and all this stuff, this is a message from that same person 1 year ago that I have not responded to.
Shay, now that you look back at it, do you think that she was kind of like quote you guys for her father?
yeah, I mean, I can't look at it no other way. You got deceived by your coach. You knew it was some type of sickness with that. You think it's a joke. Fought pregnant a couple of times. The spiritual part of what I would see in that basement, I didn't understand what my gifts were at the time. And I was like, that was bothering me. So I thought I was going crazy.
Papoose is already going to dump Claressa after she ended her pregnancy without telling him. So it looks like Remy Ma's wishes are finally being fulfilled. Claressa apparently got pregnant recently, but she quickly went to the clinic and got rid of it. It turns out that terminating a baby is nothing new to Claressa. She is accused of ending several pregnancies in the past, including the one she had with Tony Harrison, her former trainer. Her messy ex-best friend Jada Davis split all of this tea. She says that Claressa recently became pregnant by Papoose, but that, like the previous pregnancies, she sent the baby straight to heaven and kept it a secret from Papoose until she was finished. Now, since he cannot stand it, Papoose intends to expose her and discard her. If you are wondering how it all began, it began a few days ago when Claressa tested positive for Ma following her altercation with Danielle Perkins. She was reportedly drowning in marijuana before the battle, although knowing it was illegal, according to tests done on her saliva after the contest. Claressa refuted this and gave her version of events on the Tamron Hall show. She claimed that although she has never smoked marijuana in her life, she thinks that the reason she had evidence of it in her cyst was because she had come into contact with people who had smoked it after the fight and unknowingly picked up traces of it.
The saliva, you're thinking nothing.
Nothing.
Usual standard business practice here.
Yes.
It comes back positive for what they describe as trace amounts of marijuana, which is banned by the Michigan Commission,
Yes.
that league. You say, and you've said it to our audience, you have never smoked marijuana before, ever.
No.
How does the test come back positive?
Well, after the fight, a lot of fans, well, one, the place reeked of marijuana. I have nothing against marijuana. You smoke marijuana, great for you, cool. But the place reeked of marijuana. And then before I got to do the mouth swab, I was hugging and everybody was hugging and kissing me in Flint. Everybody felt like they're my cousin, sister, brother, friends.
As all of this was happening and Claressa was battling for her career, her former best friend Jada Davis made the decision to come out and reveal some information about her, including the alleged demonish activities she had been engaging in and the fact that she had reportedly had several abortions for different men. According to Jada, Claressa had multiple pregnancies from her old coach, Tony Harrison, when she was still a minor and engaged in unprotected sexual relations with him. In addition, she reportedly contracted a few diseases that required thousands of dollars to treat. Claressa ended several pregnancies for her coach, according to Jada, but she continued to return to have her cat stretched by him as soon as she was fully recovered.
You know, you kept having sex with him underage. You knew it was wrong. You knew it was some type of sickness with that. You think it's a joke. You know, you keep getting pregnant back to back to back, having discussions back to back to
In order to regulate her weight prior to the bout, she also accused Claressa of starving herself for days and fighting while pregnant. According to Jada, this occurred around the time she was battling Hannah Gabriel. Jada claimed that in addition to being pregnant the entire time, she was also excessively starving herself to hide her weight gain.
You fought pregnant a couple of times. I was like,
What? Whoa. Slide back, bro. Whoa. She fought pregnant?
yeah, the Hannah Gabriel.
Norman got inside those shields.
Yeah, that's why she got dropped. Yeah, she ended up getting back up and winning a fight, but that's why she got dropped.
She was pregnant?
She was pregnant and she didn't eat for 3 days straight prior to fight day.
Trying to make
To make matters worse, there were also reports that Claressa was also expecting a child with Papoose. However, she also got rid of it until Papoose's after she had already killed the baby, exactly like she did with the alleged pregnancy she had with her former coach. Even while this stunned many, it is not shocking that Claressa will be reluctant to have children because she has been expressing for some time that she has no desire in having children due to the trauma she experienced with her parents. Claressa stated that although she had no plans to have children, she would have to work with her spouse if she did. She's not married to Papoose, as we all know. In actuality, Papoose is still legally married to Remy, and he is unable to wed Claressa until Remy agrees to sign the divorce Papoose. Rumor has it that Remy has been delaying signing the divorce Papoose because of this. The claims that Papoose dumped her because she aborted his child, however, are now being dispelled by Claressa. She added that she is not pregnant. She did not terminate any babies either, but she will tell us about any future pregnancies, just like she did when she and Papoose first started dating.
I never even went viral for shit like boxing, how I go viral for the shit that's been going on now. So now that I'm getting to the nitty gritty, therefore, you guys, no, I am not pregnant. If I was pregnant, I would announce it to the whole world like I did when me and Papoose came out. I will let you guys know. Okay.
The streets claim that Remy was deeply affected by this because she hoped the rumors were genuine in order to use them as a pretext to surreptitiously re-enter Papoose's life. People have their own opinions as usual, such as this one who stated that best friend tried to spill Claressa's tea, but she made herself look jealous and hateful. This is why people of age don't make friends, because with friends like this, who needs enemies? I shook my head. Another individual stated, get a restraining order on her. She's obsessed with you. Be careful out here. The more you become successful, you're going to have crazy people coming out of the darkness to attack you. You just can't be friends with everybody nowadays.